There is a profoundly resonant piece of advice that I often hear, which is, in life, each person is a unique individual. Each has a path, a destination of their own. Therefore, do not hastily grab someone else's map out of admiration to navigate your own path. Always remember, each experience is an accumulation. Failure is only temporary. Stumbling is just a part of the journey. Without pain, we cannot learn resilience. Without perseverance, we can't achieve the desired outcomes. Living according to this truth may be challenging, but difficult does not mean impossible. In today's world, there is a rare personality type that embodies this way of life, known as the Sigma female. Firstly, let's explore the definition of Sigma. Sigma is a term used to describe individuals with outstanding qualities, finesse, and notably, a strong inclination towards introversion. In the Greek alphabet, Sigma is the 18th letter, and this term is used to signify the distinctiveness and uniqueness of this personality type. So, what about the Sigma female? Today, the term Sigma female garners considerable attention and curiosity. Similar to the term Sigma, Sigma female describes independent, intelligent women with strong personalities who aren't constrained by societal norms. Perhaps in today's age of information, the term Sigma is no longer unfamiliar to many. However, this doesn't mean that all of us understand the characteristics of this personality type, especially the lone wolf aspect of Sigma women. Have you heard of the phrase lone wolf before? Stoic philosophy explains that this phrase is used to describe someone who prefers spending time alone rather than with a group. However, in the case of Sigma females, the lone wolf concept refers to individuals who prioritize their inner calling and leave everything else behind in life. This makes them solitary, and sometimes we may feel they are isolated from others. This is also a characteristic of their personality that impresses me greatly. Unlike alpha females, who are always active within groups and strive relentlessly to attain leadership positions, Sigma females are different. Stoic philosophy reminds us that Sigma females are independent, autonomous. They not only dislike standing out in front of the crowd, but furthermore, they do not care about working in teams. They always have their own path, and they are perfectly content to immerse themselves in that solitary life. The first difference between ordinary individuals and Sigma females is that for ordinary people, choosing their own path without anyone accompanying them is extremely difficult. Therefore, we can see that on one hand, Sigma females always choose their own path, while ordinary people try to find every reason to walk with the crowd. Stoic philosophy analyzes that from the perspective of the majority. The first reason individuals refuse to walk their own distinct path is because they fear opposition from others. Unlike Sigma females, ordinary women are often afraid of gossip, criticism, and judgment from others. They are always concerned about how others perceive them, so they tend to follow the crowd and live a herd mentality, because they do not want to be seen as odd, foolish, or alienated by others. Sometimes the harsh criticism that women receive may come from their own families and loved ones. As we know, family and loved ones are always the weak points of women. So for them, there is nothing worse than being rejected by those closest to them. Like any other species, humans are biologically programmed to seek acceptance because it equals survival. Therefore, there is a natural law that when we do something that puts us in a situation of rejection, an instinctual alarm bell rings within us, accompanied by a rise in our defenses. Even I must admit that if we persist with our own path, there will inevitably come a time when someone will appear, look at us with disdain and say, "What are you doing, you fool?" This contempt will make women feel extremely disappointed and discouraged. Therefore, this is also the answer to the question, why does the lone wolf personality only appear in Sigma women? The second reason most people avoid walking their own path like Sigma females is because everyone has a bunch of things to do. So when there is no one there to provide you with a map, advice, warnings, or guidance on what to do, you will feel extremely fearful. At this point, you are responsible for carrying everything alone, feeling like you are swaying and stumbling in a dark room full of sharp objects around you. You will make mistakes, fall down, and everything will hit you in the face. You will feel ashamed, bewildered, and a lot of other uncomfortable emotions. Looking at Sigma women living in freedom and autonomy, I am sure many other women feel admiration. However, that admiration is not strong enough to overcome their fears. And then, they are still overwhelmed by those worries, choosing to continue to abandon their own path. Is this the deciding factor that helps Sigma women stay strong on their own path? Because they are strong and brave, they not only do not harbor basic fears like many others out there, but they also make others feel frightened by their special audacity. They don't hesitate to break societal norms or question contemporary standards. Men may hesitate before their power and independence, but that doesn't cause these women to shrink away, hiding their shining armor from the male realm. Sigma women can transform themselves into courageous warriors when they realize their own value and strength. The third reason why everyone avoids walking this individual path is because of the immense responsibilities it entails. When you decide to walk your own path, you have to take responsibility for it. There's no one to point fingers at, to complain to, or to feel like a victim with. You are the worker, the boss, the reformer, the creator, all roles in one. Instead of being pieces in someone else's game, you become the owner of those pieces. And of course, it becomes your problem when you feel ashamed of what you've done. And most people cannot handle that. They prefer the confines of the cages they are in because it makes sense to them to play the victim in life with a bit of misery. Instead of taking responsibility, it's much easier to shift the blame onto others, and they will feel confident in their autonomy by blaming others. Up to this point, it seems like I've been focusing solely on writing about the negative reasons why most people don't choose to walk their own path and become a lone wolf. But don't worry, right now, I will share with you some positive and extremely fascinating things. Listen to them and contemplate whether they are attractive enough for you, whether they can make you change and gradually develop this type of personality and become a Sigma female. As mentioned, Sigma female is a term referring to women who are different and possess a personality similar to that of lone wolves. They do not walk the same path as the majority of people in the world. They always set their own paths. Although this unilateral and solitary lifestyle may bring a lot of fatigue, trouble, chaos, and sometimes even alienation from those around them, it also comes with many rewards from the courageous lifestyle of Sigma females, such as, instead of being confined by societal standards, Sigma women get to live freely both mentally and physically. They have the time and space to connect with their inner world. They witness and experience spiritual and emotional growth. More unexpected doors open, and from there, opportunities for success will also appear more frequently. At some point in their life journey, whether they want it or not, they will need to embrace themselves as lone wolves. It's just that Sigma females realize and implement this sooner. I can confidently say that at some point, you won't feel like the basic societal tendencies fit you anymore. And at that point, the only solution you have is to break free, not allowing those standards to bother you anymore. Philosophy of Stoicism advises that people should learn and cultivate the rare characteristics of Sigma females. Instead of paying too much attention to external events and phenomena, Stoic philosophers greatly admire the principle of peaceful living and focusing on the self of Sigma women. Becoming a lone wolf means you are donning a shining armor and transforming yourself into a true warrior. This is truly something one should experience in their life. So if you feel drawn to our videos, don't hesitate to seek more motivation, to gather more courage to start walking your own path, just like what Sigma females always do. Through today's video, we have explored Sigma females, the lone wolves. And if you find the content we share useful, don't forget to subscribe to our channel to continue journeying with us on the next paths. Thank you for watching our video. See you in the next ones.